you can notice already that it's Hey guys, Sasha here, and I am bringing you your next episode of Alt Baking Bootcamp with Well+Good. I live in New York City, which is already a grind, plus I'm a trainer, a baker, a nutritionist, and a runner, so between all of those things, my mornings are always stacked, as I'm sure yours are. I'm always looking for something that's really easy and nutritious to eat, but I can take with me while I'm on the go, and this recipe is gonna provide just that. So diving right in, all you're going to do is start with an electric mixer. You're going to cream some vegan butter here with 1/3 cup of sugar. And while that's creaming for about 2 minutes, you can also simultaneously chop up some of your nuts. I've already done a lot of the legwork here, and I've got some chopped pistachios, walnuts, pecans, and almonds. We're doing lots of the prep work ahead of time, and we're just getting all of our ingredients ready so that we can toss them all into this big bowl, give it a stir, and then put it right in the oven. Okay, so you're gonna wanna make sure that your vegan butter is softened, that way it's ready to cream together with your sugar. While your butter and your sugar are getting light and fluffy, you can also process some of your oats. You're going to need a cup of whole oats, and then you're also gonna need 1/2 cup of oats that I've processed into a flour, just so that it's a little bit more fine and gives the bars much more of a hold. Just scraping down my edges here. Because it's vegan butter, it's not gonna aerate quite the same way that dairy would, but what you're looking for is a very light and fluffy texture, and for most of the granules of sugar to have dissolved into the butter. We're gonna go ahead and add our tahini, and while you let this come together, I should let you know that I've also pre-prepared a flax egg, which is super easy to make. It's just 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, mixed in with 5 tablespoons of water, so the ratio is 1 to 1.5. And that's gonna provide me with 2 flax eggs. You let it sit for about 10 minutes to thicken, and then it acts as a binder in most of your vegan recipes. For the rest of my wet ingredients, my flax egg, my vanilla, and my honey, I'm going to add those in with a nice steady stream while this is still mixing on a low speed. Cute, it's looking very good. So we've got this nice, loose, almost batter situation, and now we're gonna add all of our dry ingredients. First, I'm gonna go for the processed oats with my leavener and a little bit of salt and all my spices. You can really go with whatever your gut tells you here. I like a lot of cinnamon, I like a lot of ginger. I like the warmth and the heat that comes from cinnamon and ginger, and that's why I've added tons of that into these cookies. Sweet. Next, I'm gonna go for my nuts and my whole oats. And you'll start to see immediately that all of your oats are gonna start to absorb the batter that we started with, and it's gonna form this really sticky cookie dough. And last but certainly not least, we're going to add some dried cranberries. I also chopped up some dates just because I love them. If you wanted to go with raisins or cherries, that would also work in this recipe. You can really do whatever you want. I just really like the tartness of a dried cranberry and the sweetness and texture of a date, which is why I went with these 2. Great. So now we've got creamy, crunchy, tart, sweet, all of these amazing flavors and aromas that are gonna wake up not only your senses, but you when you have it for breakfast. Cool. So the viscosity, AKA the runniness of the tahini and the honey, are gonna make this a little bit looser of a batter than I want it to be. So I wanna make sure that you put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to an hour ideally. That way everything can come together and stick really well once we bake it. I'm gonna do that now. Alrighty friends, so I've let this chill for about half an hour, and I'm gonna put it right into this loaf pan and kind of press it down to form a very thick but even layer on the bottom. And that way when it's done baking, I can cut it up into bars, toss it in the fridge, and grab and go whenever I'm feeling like I need some nutrition. The baking process is probably the most tedious, only because you're going to bake it at 375 for about 20 minutes, rotating halfway through. And then once it's cool, you're gonna put it back in the fridge to make sure that everything is congealed together so that when you cut it into bars, they don't kind of spill over onto one another. Alrighty. Oh my God, it smells so good. All right, so we're taking it out of the oven, and now I'm gonna put it directly into the fridge, let it temper a little bit. Once it's ready to be cut, I'll cut them up into bars, and then I'll meet you back here for our taste test. Okay, friends, we're back, and we've got tahini nut breakfast bars, and they look spectacular. Looking at them, they totally remind me of this granola bar I ate as a kid, but these are a much more adult, sophisticated version for my super refined palate. Oh God, I'm gonna break it apart. It's so like spicy and cinnamony and crunchy and soft and sweet, and it's just like literally all of my taste buds are being awakened, and so am I. And now I'm like, you eat one of these things and you're just gonna tackle your day. If you are into super easy, super quick, super delicious recipes, you can find more just like it by subscribing to Well+Good. I'll see you later. Have a great day.